I'm always up on time, down on my luck. Got a brand new payment on an old worn out truck. Papa told me back when I was 9, someday this farm, it'll be all mine. Now I walk these woods with kids of my own. It's been 12 years since Daddy done passed on. I'm sharing stories.
And we're back to the home of the Average Joe podcast. And just like that, we are 3 in a row, ladies and gents. That is pretty hard to believe. I can't last week we said 2 for was hard to remember. I can't remember the last time we were 3 for 3. Can you?
No.
Oh. All right. So this week we're gonna dive in. So we like T-Bone stories, so we'll let T-Bone start your story for the ATA. Come on now. Let's talk about the ATA a little bit. This year was the first year it was open to the public, which I don't know if you were there for the public days.
2 days we left.
Yeah. But the first 2 days were closed, which was a chance for something that he got to be a part of. So let him kind of tell a little bit of those stories and nemesis.
Yeah, just went to Indy's ATA this year. I don't know, it's pretty cool, pretty big. What I liked about it was, I mean, you get to see stuff that you don't know about. That's the biggest thing. So just being able to get in there, talk to some people, see some, I don't know if you want to call them famous faces, but faces of the industry. I guess we'll say that.
Yeah.
Except for one big face of the industry. He's pretty famous. Old Roger. That was a highlight.
Were you on cloud 9?
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. I said, no way. And my buddy's like, yeah, we need to get over there. So met him, met a lot of guys like, what's his name? Scott Evans with Bow Talk, their Bow Boy.
Fish and Fins or whatever down there. The one that does all the reviews on like all the different products that has that archery shop down south.
They were running around. Ty Jordan. So, I mean, there are a lot of guys there. They're all super cool, which I think is pretty cool. You know, if you want to go up and talk to them, they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
No, it's no big thing. But I think the biggest thing is just seeing some of the newer products coming out because they have a section for that. And then, you know, just stuff that you haven't heard about or whatever, like, and been looking into saddle systems and stuff and never heard of a company named Arsenal, which I thought their system's pretty freaking sweet. So, I mean, getting in there and getting to see different things and being able to touch stuff, you know, that's a huge thing for me because I want to check stuff out. It was fun. It was a good little opportunity to go there and jumped on it and had a good time.
So being an individual that had never been, you know, like with any company or whatever, like what was your biggest takeaway of it out of everything? Just seeing the different things?
That and just talking with people. And everybody, it just seems like everybody in this industry, at least, you know, like at the ATA and stuff, people are going to talk to, you know, they may be some big head of whatever company it may be, but they'll still talk to you and treat you, you know, just as anybody else. That's what I think is cool.
So it seems like it's changed.
Yeah.
Because when it was private, you had to obviously be invited and everybody had color-coded tags. You were only restricted to certain areas. And when you went up to the booths, obviously it was business driven, right? Like you had to, they were there to make business and what's the word? Like
sign dealers and that type of stuff.
I mean, yeah.
So when you walk up to them and they see your code or your color, they wouldn't necessarily give you the time of day.
Yeah, like we had a media pass, not a retailer pass.
And they would not talk to us.
Yeah, so I don't know if kind of that's changed a little bit or not, because like on your tag, you can see who you're there with, especially the first couple days, because it's just, you know, dealers, stores, and everybody like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, my experience, everybody was great. I mean, maybe it was just I don't know. It was a lot different than what you explained, at least this year.
Yeah, well,
but you do have who I was with, you know, hey, we need to go see X, Y, and Z companies because they have to make their deals and everything like that. So, I mean, that's on your top of the list or whatever. But then, say me, while they're kind of doing that or whatever, I kind of roam around, you know, and check things out, and people wouldn't care to talk to you at all.
But also keep in mind, this was like 8 years ago.
Right.
Well, I was going to say, we
So,
went pre-COVID.
yeah, it was right before COVID.
So-
When the horny Bucksy guy, he was able to get his connection to go because Ryan was starting up the business.
hmm
And they would not. I was there for decoration. I was just there.
I mean, I was too.
But they wouldn't talk to him to do business because he wasn't a storefront. Like back in that time, back in those days, online was not something they were interested in. So maybe that's part of
Yeah, I
why
bet you
they
a lot
adjusted.
of that's probably changed too. Because I mean, like Arsenal, I haven't seen them in a store.
No.
Like I said, I'd had no clue about them until that show, and I'm like, wow,
It is interesting.
this stuff is
though.
pretty nice.
So we sit here and talk about it. It's 26. Think about how far we're past COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what COVID maybe did for the hunting industry as far as like pushing things online. And maybe that opened a lot of different doors that way because like we'll talk about it. John will send me reels or send me things of like companies or stuff that's posted, and just the stuff and the marketing, the way that they attack it, would you say is different?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably the easiest way to put it, right? Like it's not the old magazine style,
No, it's
internet style.
It's social media. That's number one. Whatever avenue that you want to go in social media, you're pushing all your product on that, and that's your new magazine and everything.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this at work the other day, how all these different bow companies are coming out with some very interesting designs.
That Cyclops bow.
Yeah,
What
dude,
the
that thing.
heck are we doing?
John, what'd you think of the Cyclops Cybertruck bow?
It looked like a little kid's bike.
That thing is wild. You know where they make them?
No.
Tip City,
Really?
right up the road.
That's hilarious.
Passed them on the way here.
That's awesome.
But that thing, it's different.
There's one like the cams are like the size of a damn bowling ball.
Yeah, that's what
And,
we're talking
like,
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cyclops Cybertruck bow.
I don't think it was that. It wasn't that
It's-
name. It was something else.
Well, no,
No.
that's not the name. That's what everybody was calling it because they said they didn't know they invited Elon Musk to the
Yeah.
ATA to build a bow.
It's fast.
But they said that like it blew, they had to stop shooting it because it blew up like 4 or 5 times. And I forget who
Missed it.
it was. I think it was Jason from CDR Camo when I talked to him yesterday. He goes, yeah, the guy from, I think it was Evolution Bows or something, Evolution or Revolution. He goes, yeah, he was excited that it blew up. I was like, excited? He's like, yeah, because like we got to show that when our bows blow up, it doesn't hurt people. It just absorbs it. I'm like,
I mean, all right.
I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it, but I mean, like, I don't think any bow blowing up is a good thing, but that just goes to show you that, like, there is nothing that is going to stop just the evolution of how we look at things, or maybe like where things are going. Like you said, you had the saddle company that you were looking at and all these other different companies. Like you had like Yellowstone AI camera, like some of these names of these companies, like, and they just poof out of nowhere.
I wonder how that works though, like AI cameras and stuff like that. Because with other states and restrictions and stuff, do you think they're going to manipulate the laws so you can't use certain ones of those?
What?
AI cameras.
Well, it said Yellowstone.ai. It's some new,
I'm wondering if that's a filter system.
it might be some new trail camera come to market that was there and posting and doing all sorts of stuff. But like, it just goes to show you, like, so you're out here. So John's still trying to fill tags in the cold. I'm still trying to fill tags in the cold.
No,
Helen's not built for the cold.
I'm
Tony-
not.
Tony,
Should be out there.
I am early season built. Okay.
Tony, old T-Bone is like, I'm just going to get stuff done. But that just goes to show you that, like, all this stuff that they're trying to build is either to better prepare you for the whole season, like with everything they're coming out with, or to just kind of extend the season, right? Like, it's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
Smart people stuff.
smart, above my pay grade. So yesterday, the manager and I went over to Indiana, but not the ATA, over to Lawrenceburg it was the what did I say? Tri-County or Tri-City? I don't know. It was something like that. Hunting and fishing show in Lawrenceburg, which was like pretty much turned out to be an all fishing show, other than we met the guys from CDR Camo. Did you see that yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
What was your guys' take on that when I showed you guys that?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's camo. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just same. Just I don't know. It was different for sure. I mean, I don't know.
It'd be better if like I had the opportunity to go. Well, I guess I kind of did. If I want to come back this way and head back out, but go touch it, see what's up or whatever. But I mean, I think he's onto something. A little different camo.
Well, it's
I like the layering system. I do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does look different or whatever. And pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, and so the thing is the guy was a vet, right? And the whole concept in talking to him was developed from how he stayed warm in Afghanistan during the nights. Cause like, he's like, believe it or not, it's cold at night there. And he said, so you got to learn to stay warm when you're sitting still or when you're moving, and you got to know how to take things on and off and, you know, be able to. And he said, that's why we don't have just, you know, one heavy duty coat or one whatever. We try to make a layer system because you're going to have to peel it depending on if you're walking.
Yeah.
You know, because those public land guys, think about that. So, John, when you guys are doing some of that stuff, or like when we turkey hunted the public land, like you don't just get out of the truck and walk 100 yards, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like you don't want to build up a sweat. And so like some of the moisture wick technology and stuff that he has in it. And I don't know. I mean, like, and then for me, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I had some pre-conversation before going to the show kind of to him about the camo, but for not meeting us and not really having any other conversation than online was super down to earth, super willing to kind of just share his story and kind of the background. But the part that he's attacking is that the quality, and again, I know you didn't get a chance to see it, touch it, feel it, and neither did John or Ing, but it was the quality of your big names with a price tag that's, you know, I don't want to say half, but about half of what your big names are. So
that's because they're designing it to make a profit as cheaply as possible. Like there's a female brand that everybody knows it's royally expensive, but it don't do nothing.
It was the same lady that tried to get you to sign your hat when she was with him from Driven, and you looked at her like she had 3 heads.
Okay, well.
you like, no, I don't want you to sign my hat. I don't know who you are.
The way she looked at me was like, you don't know who I am? No, friend, I don't, but I also don't want you to sign my hat. I just want the hat. Thank you so much.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that just goes to show that, like, sometimes, you know, we started the conversation about going to these shows. Like, it's not always about the big people, right? Like, the little people are starting to make some waves, and maybe people are more open to this online stuff because that's what it is. There was a guy there yesterday, too, that we listened to a seminar on land management, Tom from Total Land Management, and the manager wanted to sit in on it, so we sat in on it. And just even listening to like his tactics of it's not just food plots, right? Because you have to lay out the property that if you put a food plot in the wrong place, or if you try to clear an opening for shooting, you know, your target buck and you clear it in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And, you know, like that'll actually hurt you more than it'll help you. And like he was talking about just like he uses carbon powder and he'll make his own like scent free technology in a tub with carbon powder, because he said the carbon actually stays with you versus like the ozone and ozonics type stuff. He said carbon's built into it and it's a footprint that stays on it. And he's like, so it's just interesting to hear, you know, all this technology, and then a guy that goes and lays out properties for a living. When he's laying out properties, part of his pitch to the landowner is teaching about this carbon footprint and how to stay scent free. I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, like you said, you changed your strategy, right, John, on what you what you wear in the truck, what you wear to the woods. I mean, how important has that become?
Oh, it's important.
Yeah, I mean, you get out what you put in. So, I mean, I learned a lot from Tony in regards to some of the scent-free tactics that, like, he took and things like that, and just try to do the best that you can with it. You know, I've noticed this year, like, I'll carry my jackets and stuff like that in more and, like, get dressed at the tree type thing. But, yeah, I mean, just changed a lot.
And that's where, like, the layering systems I've evolved into a lot now too. I love it because I walk out, like, when it starts getting chilly, like, say this year in Brown County, I don't hunt too far from my truck. But when it starts getting cold outside and you start putting that warm stuff on, I don't care how far you have to walk, you're going to start sweating.
Right.
So with the layering systems and everything, shoot, I'll walk out basically in my base layers and have one or two different things to put on once I get, depends. I'll put my pants on.
No, I was going to say you better clear that 1 to 2 things to put on.
At the bottom of the tree, I'll put my pants that I'm hunting in the outer layer on, but like jackets and stuff, not till I'm up there. Especially if you're going, if you're using a climber or say a saddle too.
Yeah.
You're going to be working up a sweat and you don't want to do that. Because one, you have, some smell or whatever probably. But two, after like an hour or so, you're going to be freezing.
I was going to say, so think about this time of year, right? Like, so if you were drenched in sweat walking in,
you're done.
And then you're dealing with, what'd you say the wind was? Just
like around 30 miles an hour this morning.
You're done.
Like you don't stand a chance at lasting 15 minutes because as soon as you sit still, all that heat is dissipated and gone.
Right. The biggest thing for me is still, I can't figure out these feet, except for one time this year when I just took my boots off at the stand and then slipped my feet into some Arctic Seal boot covers. We hit on this a little bit. And sat there for quite some time. I mean, that was cool because that's the biggest thing for me is trying to figure out the whole feet situation.
Well, between cold feet and cold chest, I think those are the 2 things that'll get you out of the woods the quickest, right? Like, well, feet. I was going to say hands, too, but those couple big things, like that'll make you instantly want to leave or ruin a hunt because you're sitting there miserable, like trying to warm up your hands, trying to like move your feet around, and then you're just creating all sorts of unneeded movement to try to stay warm. And then what's your chances of trying to shoot something?
Good luck. I mean, it can still happen.
Well, no, it can. But I'm just saying, like, your chances probably aren't as strong, right? Because you're right. Making a bunch of movement and doing whatever. I mean, it's just like this morning. I go hunt this morning and whatever. I went outside and it was nice and kind of calm and just starting to flurry, and then all of a sudden I get out there and it's tsunami windstorm. It literally blew in the side of the blind, like it collapsed to one side of the blind, and I'm like, all right, well, that's fun.
Been out there in some of those, just swinging in a tree.
I wasn't. Yeah, I want.
Can you imagine being in a saddle in wind like that? Absolutely not.
I mean, there's probably
it's
people
not ideal. You don't want to do it, but sometimes it happens.
I mean, there's people that probably do it, and I mean, think about this. Like, didn't you say you guys both use climbers?
Mm-hmm.
You have climbers. So, talking about technology, did you see Summit's new climber? Like, so. Swinging go from swinging in a saddle to the new climber. Summit came out with this thing where like it's like a drawbar that your feet go in that you can raise. You can either do it standing or you can do it sitting down. You can do it whatever way you want. But then this same climber can be used. They got like multiple configurations for the same climber. And then they got all these accessories now for this climber, like of things that are specifically built for the Summit climber.
What is it called?
The new, I don't know. You expect me to learn that off the top of my head?
I don't know.
You brought it up.
I did. Summit new climber. With that, we're going to pause for station identification as we look up the new Summit climber so we can talk about
on our phones trying to check it out.
Summit climber new.
See it on here.
I don't know. The one thing I thought about, it was because it was made from, like, what caught my attention was the Mossy Oak Bottomland that they had it in and just the way they had it. I'll have to look it up.
The heck is that?
Did you find it?
No, but I got down a rabbit trail. The Novix Echo Hunt Ready System Tree Stand and Climbing Sticks combo. What?
Talk about that.
Yeah.
So what's different?
Well, they said that it like the configuration and the material, but imagine a T-post for your feet. So instead of using I'll call it a bungee strap that holds your toes in, it's supposed to come down on your
It's
toes.
still there with the stirrups.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, it's a no for me, dog.
Oh, that was remember John last year? We're going to hang woods in public land.
Absolutely.
Hey, sorry, hang woods is what I said. Hang stands in public land. John, how fun was that hanging that hang on?
No.
I have no comment.
You have no comment?
Don't you remember you guys were messing around with it? You talk about it, Houston Woods.
Yeah, yes.
And I showed up later or whatever, and I was going to hunt after all that got done. I'm like, man, I don't even know about all this. I'm out.
Yeah. It was interesting.
I think if John would have had a chainsaw at that point, that tree would have been down because he was just done with that tree.
Yeah, I was throwing stuff out of the top of it there.
Yeah. When John gets frustrated, I'm just going to go hunt.
Yeah.
I said, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just again, you talk.
So many adult words were said.
Oh yeah, there's no way we had that on video.
Yeah, there was no
That we would have censored that whole section.
We would have
been funny.
We would have had to play music throughout the whole thing, and they would have it would have been like a cartoon where it's just playing the music background, and you just see the person trying to fill it in.
That's when I was secured with the climber. I was like, I'll never do this stuff again.
And I mean, I'm a huge climbing fan with the climber because I've been doing that for a while now. Always had these thoughts about the saddle thing, and then after this weekend, it's like, man, I think I want to do it. It's, so light, looks pretty comfortable. I'm still going to say I think my climber will be more comfortable for all day.
Well, until you probably get used to it.
But
you would have to probably practice a lot shooting out of that, right?
yeah, what all they were saying and showing and everything, it's actually not that bad. And the system that they have with their saddles it's different than everybody else's. Things are pretty simplified on it, but you're still going to have your learning curve. Yeah. But that's one thing. It's I'll just use my climber. And John's heard me say that to everybody. Oh yeah, you want to do this saddle stuff. Seems cool, but what's wrong with the climber? But then it's getting in, if we actually have to go a decent amount, if we start pushing more public land or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm only 5'5". One time the doctor said I was 5'6", but I don't know. But when you have a climber and you're only 5'5" on your back, these daggone straps are about the straps that go around the tree, about dragging the ground. So then you got to battle all that, catching on stuff. And it's a little louder for sure, rather than the saddle systems now that they have out there. And, you have however many sticks you need packed up and everything. You're a little more slim in the woods and quieter. So I don't know. It's interesting.
That definitely,
we'll see if one pops up.
That definitely fits your ninja style. John and I talked about saddle, and John goes, I don't know that there's any way that I'm doing that. And I'm like,
I don't think my ADD would let me do that because I would just be distracted. I'd kick against the tree, swing around a little bit. I don't know.
They'll be all right. I have that, and I'm out there still doing things. If you want to swing around a little bit, swing around a little bit.
I think there was a mobile hunter expo that they actually had a video of a guy that purposely pretended he slipped off the tree and hung upside down.
Yeah, I'm not playing with that.
With no weight bearing.
The intrusive thoughts want to try it.
Right. It's interesting.
But no. Because you just talk about safety harnesses and the stuff that you got to go through when you're hanging sets, like what he was doing with the hang on and all that other stuff. Does that setup and the technology make it simpler, right? Or does it make it more complex? Well, when you're talking about weight, right, and what you have to carry up a tree to do a hang on, right?
Because that stuff's nuts.
Yeah, and that was the other aspect, right? Like you're sitting there fighting that while feeling like you're, you know what I mean, about ready to fall out of it, to whereas like these saddle systems, your harnesses are like the lineman harnesses that they use for cable companies, obviously more complex than that, but they're meant to be safer. They're meant to be, lighter. They're meant to be more ninja style.
Yeah. They're interesting.
I don't know.
I mean, you're going to have your learning curve.
Yeah. I mean,
but
that's probably something that we maybe tackle next year. Not gonna try to, as we got is it 19 days left this year to hunt? I think is February 1st, I think is what it closes. So with 19 days left to hunt, John, how are you and I going to get it done?
Spotlights.
Okay. Legally, how are we going to get it done?
Food.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Streamlight.
Right. As you can tell, he is very, very secure in what he's seen this year. Hey,
No. Food. I'll be hunting over food.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it. Food.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all. That's the only way you're going to kill them. Food. And to be honest here, and like, if we keep this cold weather up, my season will be done before that because they'll start dropping. And then there's no way to really know if you're shooting a big doe or next year's target. So I'll stop once I start seeing them like dropping, I'll stop hunting.
I got you. Well, I mean, so I'll tell you that like hunting late season tactics, which you guys had taken off of work and slipped into the woods here and there. I did that for the first time last week, trying to slip in because from talking, to John and talking to everybody, like buck shows up twice, right? The rule of thumb is they're going to show up a third time, right? So ballpark is, they try to do it twice, they do it third time. Well, I tried that, and the cat and mouse game, he won because he didn't show up. So how do you use those adages? I mean, do you follow those adages during late season? Do you pay attention? I mean, I know this year you're not eating tag soup, but in general, if you still had a tag, or in our case where we do have tags, how do you do that?
I don't know. Like, even when I was eating tags and everything and still hunting late season, I got a little more Dora the Explorer type deal going on. So, I get out there and I check out because, I mean, everything's dropped, leaves and all that. So I try to get out there. You can see more through the woods and stuff. So if you see deer, you have an opportunity to see deer bedded down, some thick stuff or whatever. You can sneak up onto them. But I used to always just get out and kind of move around here and there. If you're not seeing anything, move. I mean, they're not going to move as much. So why not move and try to find them? And then, in the process of all that, I'm scouting for like next season. Like, oh man, I didn't know this was here, or that was there. But I mean, late season, it's a challenge, but I mean, it can still get done. It's every year towards, last few days of the season, say out in Brown County, I'll have bucks rolling through again. It's like, man, I've never seen that one before. Yeah. So, I mean, things have changed. And then, they're seeking food, like John said, and stuff too. So if you get out at your property, walk around, you see some little greenery or something like that, they're going to be nailing it. And, if you didn't get out and be Dora the Explorer a little bit, you didn't know it was there. So get out, check it out, see if you see, oh man, this is a little food source, late season. I didn't get there. Yeah. Well, I feel like, and again, don't shoot me, the three of you, for saying this, snow right now would really help. Oh, if it snowed, I'd be, get out there and, okay, let's follow these tracks, see where they go to. I mean, what did you say the first time it snowed? What'd you do?
That's what I did. I mean, exactly that.
See
what they're doing.
So snow right now, and again, old Helen down there on the end, she was kind of mad that she's like, oh, it's flurrying again. It went from 60 to flurrying, and I'm sitting there thinking in my head, like, I'd like to have about 6 to 12 inches right now of snow. I don't know about all that now, but
I mean,
a few inches is good enough.
I mean, but it seems like every time we've had a few inches of snow, though, like, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. It dissipates. It's quickly gone. That's why I feel like if we had more snow and it was more bountiful in the amounts of snow that it was raining down, we might have a little better chance of not only sticking around, but using it to the advantage a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
I mean, because then at that point, you're going to paw, right? Like that's what they say. They paw for that greenery. They go to those places. So you can actually really then not only tell the beds are a little bit easier to find, right?
Yeah. This big melted spot.
Yeah. So the beds are a little easier to find. You then have, the pawing areas. You can see the traffic. You know what I mean? Like it. And like you said, at that point, if you want to put on your backpack and be Dora the Explorer, you can see trails that maybe you didn't even know existed or places that they used that they didn't know existed. And so this time of year, I definitely was hoping for more snow. Not that, again, the goal is always to be tagged out before now, right? And not be eating tag soup. But I mean, like hunting this time of year, you would hope, Mother Nature might play into our favor and do some of that. But again, you play
It's late season. Tough.
Yeah. You play the cards that you're dealt.
Still can be done though.
Oh, no. It definitely can be done. So I think with that being said, I mean, like there's a lot of, as 2026 presses on, right? Like we're going to finish our deer season, but I think there's a lot of things that catch our eye for moving forward as far as technology goes. And I think that's something, and I say technology, it may just be innovation as far as stands, saddles, the way we hunt, how we hunt, and like he said, you talk about you're getting to that point that it's almost shed season, right? So in this seminar yesterday,
Turkey.
Well, yeah, turkey will be in the spring. That's going to be here
That's
before
what I'm ready for.
Yeah, that's going to be here before you know it. But then the reality is like shed season. This guy was talking yesterday. There was a guy down in Missouri that he does their farm every year. He travels to Missouri. He did 20 different states last year for his land management business. But this guy specifically in Missouri, he's done it 2, 3, 4 years in a row. I forget what it was, but this guy told him he'd never have found a single shed on his property ever. Well, he goes, well, what are you doing and when are you looking for them? And the guy goes, oh, I start in January. I start looking and kind of exploring. And he goes, you understand that like January, look in your open food sources. He said, February, look in the thick stuff and maybe push on a little bit further, because he said, if you're pushing in January and bumping them out of it, all that stuff, they're just going to the neighboring property and you're not going to have it. The next year, the guy followed that like tactic, looking in the open in January and then looking in whatever, the thick stuff in February, and he found 30 sheds.
Nice.
Because he wasn't bumping them. He may not be bumping them off their property, but if they're already loose or coming close to hanging off and you push them, where are they going to? Well, naturally, if you keep continuing to bump them, they're going to drop them everywhere but maybe yours. So I thought that was interesting. So I think like, I guess where the road that I was going down with this is like, you play these late season tactics and it always seems like one thing leads into another. Like there's never an open gap for timeline, right? Because we're going to go from late season, finishing out the season, to shed season, to turkey season, to then we really should be starting after turkey season, setting up and running mineral and doing all this stuff. And then by then you're going to get back into late summer, which, maybe finish up some clearing lanes, put up some other stuff. Like, isn't it crazy how fast all that stuff goes and like
flies,
the timeline behind it?
It flies.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm ready for deer season again.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've been done for how long? I mean, but John, like,
different.
what don't you feel the older you get, like it feels like it's just like, oh, well, that just ended, but now here it is again, and it's back, or or like when I don't know, like when you're in high school, man, like you wait all year for deer season, and then it feels like it's forever between deer season and turkey season, and the older we get, I don't feel like that's the case anymore.
No, stuff flies.
I just feel like it's always progressing quicker and doing those things.
Because we're getting older and there's a lot of things that get done.
Yeah.
A short period of time. Next thing you know, it's like blank and, oh man, got a kid that's, in high school, and, it could go on down the line from there. And it's like, oh man, let's fit deer in, let's fit turkey in, let's get all these clients cut.
So
I just want to hunt.
I just want to hunt and fish for a living. All right. Well, I mean, again, I think today, as far as, kind of what we covered, it was a little bit of sporadicness, but it was fun. I mean, so for those of you guys that want to try it, I mean, it sounds like the ATA is going to be public. So, I mean, maybe try to hit it next year and see what happens. But we'll do our favorite part that Helen loves so much. We will do the weekly roundup, and we'll start with Miss Helen.
I don't really have anything to share. It's too cold out there, and I ain't going.
Touche.
It ain't for me, friend.
Hey, but you'll sit there and give it, right? Give your 2 cents.
Yeah.
Because it's in the warmth.
I belong on the inside this time of year. Summer, I belong on the outside.
I got you. T-Bone?
If you're still out there, keep hunting, keep digging in, try to get it done. Like Ryan said earlier, if you have opportunity, I mean, show season's coming. It doesn't have to be the ATA or anything like that. Get out there, see some new products and everything, check different things out. It's, not always just in your big box stores, because there's a lot more to be seen out there. Just enjoy it. Truck on.
Truck on, mother trucker. John?
Yeah, I mean, if you're still out there, go after those food sources, and if not, there's always next year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, so we talked about last time coming up with an tag soup recipe. Did we get it yet or not? Because
No, just keep all my old tags in the bag.
So aging them is the best way to eat them, is just continue to age them and let them go from there.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it happens, man. I did it many, many years.
No, it does.
And I'm sure next year I may be right back to it.
Well, I mean, it all comes down to standards, right? So like we talk about winding it up, but really just as the standards of products and companies come out and change, your standards change year to year about what may be your target and what may not be your target, right? Like
Yep.
Or, I mean, it may change in 15 minutes where you're trying to do the old, as Helen goes, wrap around and bring it on back and try to bring that deer back once you decide you want to shoot it. But I think that what I want to leave y'all with is it's never too late to finish the job that you started in September. It's never too early to plan for the next one. And really the reality is y'all spend all this time looking on your phones and doing all this stuff anyway. Spend that time trying to see what some of, like you said, the not big box stores have to offer, and try to look up some of these new and improved things or these up and coming companies and just see what's out there, because sometimes the outside of the box thinking may be what either makes your year more successful or may make your hunts more successful. It may make your life easier when you're climbing a tree. There's a lot of things that it can do by just kind of using your eyes, I guess is the easiest way to put it. So with that being said, I mean, stay caught up on everything we got going. Maybe we'll have to do an old YouTube video on T-Bone trying to break out the saddle once he decides to get the saddle. We'll see what a first-time saddle hunter looks like.
Yes.
do that. But if you want to stay tuned on what's going on, make sure to visit www.huntingrx.com. And again, like I said, we appreciate you tuning in. We will try to make it 4 in a row. We'll try to keep these things rolling because it's been fun. I mean, it's been sporadic, and I don't know. It's good for the average Joe. It's good for us. So until next time, we'll see y'all.
I'm always up on time, down on my luck. Got a brand new payment on an old worn out truck. Papa told me back when I was 9, someday this farm, it'll be all mine. walk these woods with kids of my own. It's been 12 years since Daddy done passed on.